The Shroud of Turin. Is it truly the burial cloth that was in the tomb that covered Jesus Christ's face? Or is it a hoax? Is it a painting from medieval times? I made a video a year ago about the Shroud of Turin and why I believe it is truly the burial cloth of Jesus Christ. We're going to talk about that today on a special Good Friday Reality of God. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the Reality of God. My name is Ron Farina. Welcome back to the ROG, back at the news desk. And today is Good Friday. Today is April 18th, 2025. In 2 more days, we're going to celebrate Resurrection Sunday. And it is going to be an amazing time. So I'd like for you to join me here on this Good Friday evening to talk about something that a lot of people have found sometimes controversial, but sometimes a lot of debate going on about this. And that is, of course, the Shroud of Turin. And I did a video a year ago about the Shroud and proof that it was actually woven and made during the time of Jesus's, while he was on earth.
This is really cool.
The cloth and everything, the material was of Middle Eastern times, and it was, of course, used 2,000 years ago. Now, can something like that last 2,000 years? That long? I believe, of course, yes, absolutely. There's biblical artifacts all over the place. We have the proof that Noah's Ark is on Mount Ararat in Turkey. We've seen that. There has been talks about the Ark of the Covenant, where people know where it is, and so forth. The Shroud of Turin has become quite the news thing lately. And that is because I believe that, I truly believe supernaturally that is the face of Jesus Christ. I'm going to explain to you why, because someone made an artificial intelligence video and used the measurements and everything, the face of the picture of the shroud, and made an AI image of what is to believe that Jesus Christ would have looked like, or does look like.
I was not aware of that.
As someone who experienced Jesus, I had a vision of Jesus many, many, many years ago. And I never really discussed this before in my videos, but I had an image of Jesus just came to me while I was at a church service, and he just looked at me and smiled at me and said, I think he said, "I'm there for you, and I'm not going to let anything happen to you." He comforted me, basically.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
And I was like, I don't know, I was like 12, 13 at the time. But I remember it pretty well. And I saw what I believe is Jesus' face. I saw it. It just kind of appeared to me. And so that, when I saw this AI generated video, I was like, oh my goodness. Someone got it, when I saw the movie The Passion of the Christ, I thought that Jim Caviezel really portrayed Jesus as he what Jesus really truly looked like. Now, is it vital? Is it wrong to know what Jesus looks like? No, I don't believe so. I love having an image of him and seeing his face, because when I saw his face, it was very, very glorious. It was beautiful. It was just beautiful who he was. And you can still see, he'll have his scars and his nails marks in his hand. And of course, a lot of people who have witnessed and seen Jesus have seen the scars in his scars in his hand and scars in his feet. I'm really having difficulty talking today for some reason. I am on like my 15th take today right now, so please bear with me, guys. I don't know what the deal is. I'm just kind of, like, whew, a lot of things going on. But when I saw him, I was like, man, this is unbelievable. And then when I saw this AI video, which I'm going to show you today, it just shocked me. And not only that, but there's other people who have confirmed that they have seen the same. They saw the same thing. Whenever someone saw Jesus's face, that this is what they saw. And so you're going to be amazed. I'm sure many of you may have seen it. It's kind of gone viral, kind of gone all over the place. But I want to play it for you today because really, it blesses my heart. I truly believe it was the face of Jesus Christ. But before I do, I want to just talk to you guys what Jesus went through. It's really just vital what he went through. And before I do that, I want to go to, of course, a verse, go into the scriptures, go into the Bible, because the Bible is our key. And of course, we're going to go to most everybody knows this verse, Isaiah chapter 53. Go down to verse 5. We all know this. We've all memorized it.
Well, we're waiting.
And if you don't know it, then you've been kind of slacking in your Bible reading. But I'm just kidding. No judgment here. But it says, but he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. Now it is said that during Jesus' crucifixion that Nicodemus, one of the high priests, quoted Isaiah 53 when all that was going on. I truly believe Nicodemus knew who Jesus was. I truly do believe that. He was an ally to Jesus. Of course, him and Joseph of Arimathea. Joseph of Arimathea did his burial, and of course I believe it was Joseph who gave him the tomb, or of course gave him his tomb, because all the high priests had their own tomb, which to me is, wow, I got my own tomb, hey. But he gave that to, of course, Jesus Christ. But when we read this, it's exactly what Jesus went through. He was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. Bruises. He was lashed 39 times. And they didn't lash him with just a regular whip. It was a whip with spikes in it. I've seen the whip that they used during Roman times when they would flog before they would flog the criminals or whatever, that they did back in those days. And of course, we witnessed that in the movie The Passion of the Christ. One of the most brutal scenes in a movie. And I cringed when I watched that. I mean, they really depicted it really well. The fact that Jesus survived that throughout that whole process, he survived it. And I believe it was for a good reason. I believe he survived all of that. He survived the crown of thorns. He survived all of that by design. The fact that he had to suffer like that. Most men would probably just die from the drama that he went through. I mean, he went through, it's just hard to describe what Jesus went through during his crucifixion. Nailed, I mean, rusty, spiky nails going through his wrists. And I'm pretty sure they either put the nails through here, through the hand, or through the wrist right here. A lot of people say it's the wrist. I think it's the wrist, to be honest with you. My dad told me it was the wrist, so nailed to a cross. And his wrists imagine the infections that he got from just the nail going through his wrist, and his feet. His feet were together, and they put a spike through his feet. And you know why he did this for us? Because that is the love that Christ had for us. the perfect lamb, the spotless lamb, was sacrificed, tortured. I mean, tortured. The most tortured human being on planet Earth would be Jesus. There's no question in my mind. And he went through this hours and hours of it, of torture. The man was spit on. The man had his beard pulled. I've had my beard pulled and it hurts like a booger. I'm telling you that much. I've trimmed it down a lot, but when I had my beard longer, I pulled it just to kind of like, feel it. I mean, they pulled it so hard that they took hair out. I mean, and the crown of thorns, whatever you see on TV probably doesn't depict the real true crown of thorns that went through his head. The thorns are probably thicker than my hand, okay? I have a big hand, so imagine thorns just going into his head, maybe even close to his brain. You never know. I don't know. I mean, Jesus was a human being. He had a brain. He had blood flowing through him. He had all of that. I mean, he was God in the flesh. We all know that. But it was like, you just can't imagine what he went through. And he did this because of you, because of me, because of all of us, because we are sinners. We're not perfect. But he did this because he loves us so much that he wants his children to be with him in eternity, in heaven, and to rule and reign with him on earth. Jesus loved us that much. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. Now, if you go back to the Old Testament, you go back to Genesis, the one thing that God just kind of like did a sneak peek of what was coming would be the story of Abraham and Isaac. And of course, we all know that story. We know that God told Abraham to take Isaac on top of a mountain and sacrifice to God, to kill him, your firstborn son. And and this is God telling you to do this. God is saying you need to do this. If you don't do it, then you're disobeying me and all that. You need to sacrifice Isaac. Imagine the feeling Abraham felt. Imagine. I mean, just unbelievable, just what he went through. Sorry, I'm like, I thought the wind was blowing really hard, but it's not. Imagine what he went through. And when I saw the movie, His Only Son, it's an Angel Studio movie. Go see it. It's really good. It's about the story of Abraham and Isaac. I cried. Because once Abraham was about to stick that knife through Isaac, of course, an angel stopped him and told him, "You did it. You passed. You've you've passed God's test." And I think about it now, I'm just like, and of course, those of you who have children, and if God told you to go sacrifice your child, what are you going to do? It reflected what God had to do, because he had to have his son killed. He had to have Jesus Christ die on the cross for us. He had to have his son suffer and have blood dripping from his head and have nails through his wrists and his feet and thorns in his head and his body pierced and his body just unrecognizable, like skin just hanging off him, and blood. The blood was uncanny. He lost probably so much blood, but he stayed alive through this whole thing. People must have been like, how is he still alive? A lot of people saying that, but he's hanging on the cross. He hung on the cross, I think, for 3 hours. I believe that was the correction. If I'm wrong, leave a comment, let me know. But my point is, he hung on the cross. What did he do when he was on the cross? He told a thief next to him that he was forgiven, and you're going to be with me in paradise. I mean, that's how much love he had. He's in so much pain, but he tells a thief on his left side, I believe it was his left side, that today you will be with me in paradise, because the thief was like, he did nothing wrong. Lord, think of me when when you go into your kingdom tonight? And he said, today you will be with me in paradise. And you know something else Jesus had to do? He had to go to hell. He had to go through hell and get the keys. He had to get the keys from the gates of hell, from the devil, Satan. He had to defeat Satan, and he defeated him on the cross. While hell was celebrating, while he was being tortured and being crucified, he became the victor. He went to hell. He went to, I believe, Abraham's bosom and brought the saints, the Old Testament saints, to heaven. I believe that all of that occurred. It is in the scriptures, it is in the Bible. And again, they glorified his body. God glorified his body, and he rose again on the third day. Yes! The tomb was broken, and he rose again on the third day. And if you don't believe that, I always said that before, I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. You don't believe Jesus Christ rose on the third day, then you are not a Christian. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I know it's a bold statement, but I'm going to say it again. If you do not believe that Jesus Christ rose again and that he died on the cross for your sins, then you are not a Christian, because you have to have that belief. You have to know that he rose again on the third day. And the victory is God's. Always the victory is God's. The darkness that fell on that day, on Good Friday, would be, they said it, the sky turned to dark. The sky turned like night. It was dark. And I believe that was a symbol, a sign of God's, how he felt about his son, his only son, dying, being tortured, and being crucified on a cross. And I think about that, just boggles the mind what Jesus went through. And I'm telling you guys, it's to this day, it is still a powerful, incredible thing to think about. So going to the Shroud of Turin. I'm telling you, I'm having trouble talking today. Blah blah
blah blah blah blah blah blah.
Going to the Shroud of Turin. Let's go back to that. I truly believe it is the cloth, his burial cloth. And the reason why I believe it is because you see his face. You could see it. You could see through the cloth that his hands were pierced. His wrists were pierced. His feet were pierced. Blood. You see the blood. It was actual blood that DNA people have tested. Real blood. It was the blood of Jesus Christ on that shroud. And his face would have been so bloodied up that, yes, you cover him with a cloth, you're going to get all those blood stains on the cloth. I mean, you're going to get all of that. But it showed his face. You could tell there's a beard. You could tell that there's hair. You could tell that he is a man that was tortured like nothing else. It was definitely a Roman crucifixion. It's obvious. I believe it truly is the cloth that covered Jesus. And the reason why this is being shown to us is to show that he is real. The whole thing is real. It happened. And to get believers to say, yes, Jesus died on the cross and he rose again 3 days later. Because that cloth was not found on a body anymore. That cloth was off because he rose again. And I'm telling you, is because of that, that we can have that personal relationship with him and walk with him. And I love walking with you. I walked with him today. I went on my favorite trail and I walked with Jesus again. And I like to walk with you. We walk together and we talk and I worship him. And that's the beauty of it all. And my love for him is so strong. It is really, truly the most, when you're loved, I'll explain to you about love. You're loved by your mother, you're loved by your father, and they have that love for you. They have that motherly and fatherly love for you. I know my mother and father love me very much. I've felt it my whole life. I've known that my whole life. My ex-wives, on the other hand, I'm just kidding. I knew they loved me at some point too. I knew that they had a love for me and that they cared for me and so forth. But there is nothing can compare to God's love, to Christ's love. His love is so pure and so amazing that it's undescribable. It's like beyond winning lotteries or the greatest day of your life and so forth. It is beyond that. When you feel that love that he has for you, it's so real and it's so pure. It's pure love. You know how they talk about pure gold, they talk about pure silver. I'm talking about pure love that is more valuable than anything on this planet Earth. And that is why he had to suffer on a cross for us. And there is nothing more realistic of God than that love, that his love that he shares for us, for all of you. That love reflects on a person like me. And I want to share that love with the world. I want to share that love with people. And that is why I do this. This is why I'm doing this channel. For the reason that God showed his love for me. That this person, I've always felt like I was not a good person. I had anger issues. I had a lot of issues. I had just horrible thoughts in my brain and so forth in past years. And how God can love someone like me so much that you want to do nothing but please him and serve him. Telling you, it is real. It is not fake. It is not a fairy tale. If you're an atheist, all you have to do is ask, and God will show that to you. I'm telling you, it's real, man. It really is. So, speaking of real, I want to show you this clip real quick. I want to show you the AI video. First, I'm going to show you the picture of the shroud first. So, there's the shroud. Okay, as you said, it just, you can see in the image that there's just blood. You can tell there's just so much blood that it looks like a man is suffering so much in that shroud. It's not a painting. It's not someone who just, scribbled a bunch of stuff from the medieval times. Sorry. It truly is the face of Jesus Christ. Now, I'm going to play you the clip of Christ, the AI image of Christ, and I'm telling you, this is what I saw. This man, I really did. I truly saw what I believe is the face of Jesus Christ. Here it is. Producers, can you play that video for me, Pete? Wait, what? What do you mean you're not having technical difficulties? Come on, play the video. All right, sorry about that. All right, here's the clip. Tell me what you think. Write a comment. Tell me what you think. If you've ever had an encounter with Christ, if you've ever had just, maybe he's appeared to you in a dream, maybe he's appeared to you in a vision, like he appeared to me. Tell me if that's what you saw, because that's what I saw. I saw that. And I'm telling you, it's quite an amazing feeling that, I don't know, it's hard to describe, because God is real. God is alive. Jesus Christ is alive today. He rose again on that wonderful resurrection day. And I'm telling you, he's coming back a second time. He's coming back to rule and reign here on earth. And we're going to rule and reign with him. That's according to the scriptures. And I can't wait. I cannot wait to just be in the presence of God. But in the meantime, I am going to advance his kingdom. I'm going to live in obedience. And I'm going to do, because of that pure love that I told you about, that pure love that I felt through him, that I am going to accomplish his mission here on earth as it is in heaven, as it says so in the Lord's Prayer. And so, all right. So anyways, guys, I want to wish everybody a happy Easter and Resurrection Sunday. Of course, that's this week. If I do decide to do another video this week, I have a couple days off. So thanks to Easter, kind of nice to work for a place that believes that Good Friday and Easter should be recognized. And yeah, so they gave us a time off, which is nice. So the Holy Week off. All right. Or the Holy Weekend off. Anyways, not the whole week, but at least the weekend. All right. I got to stop mumbling and wrap this up. Anyways, if you don't know Jesus Christ and you want to feel that pure love that he has for you, ask him into your heart. Ask him to forgive you of your sins. And I'm telling you, your life will change forever. God bless all of you. I will see you in the next video. Please share. Please subscribe. Bye for now.